Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death, where we compare sausage prices from around the country. It's like $4.39 a pound here.
Where are these animals coming from?
I don't know. I haven't asked yet. I've only bought sausages twice.
Don't ask. Stay blissfully ignorant.
We were at some grocery store. I guess it was like a Safeway in San Francisco over New Year's, and the prices were much higher for sausages there. I was pleased.
I mean, if it's like, I don't know, good happy pasture pigs or something like that.
Yeah, I think also just city prices are higher for all things, meat included.
Yeah, and I think San Francisco's prefer their sausages pampered and massaged and grass-fed or something.
Yeah, but I also bet there's a lot of normal, regular, abused animal sausages that get marked up and sold to people hoping that San Francisco sausages are nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. There's a lot of pastures out here. The Sea Ranch area is called Sea Ranch because it used to be just big open ranching land for cows. In fact, we have the weirdest cows on the road. I know this has nothing to do with Dicing with Death, but it sort of does.
We're playing cowboys. I think cows are very relevant.
They have cows with a single white stripe that goes all the way around from back across their belly, just down the middle of them. There's a term for them.
Is that where you saw them in half? And just like a whole herd of them?
Yeah. If you just Google search white striped cow, you will see exactly what I mean. And you just, on the drive up here, you see these things, and it's fucking weird. A cow with a white stripe just going around it.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Little babies are pretty adorable.
I guess it's just a kind of cow. The Belted Galloway is a heritage beef breed.
Got a lot of them around here. Of course, I guess I'm eating pork sausages, not beef sausages, so I don't know where that comes from.
I think I'm eating chicken sausage. I didn't even know chicken had sausage this big. But...
Anywho, Roy. Yeah, so I continue heading to Wiston.
That you do. And eventually the sun starts to get low in the sky. You don't know exactly where Wiston is, but you suspect you're still some miles from town.
Well, Winnie, we gotta take a bit of a rest. Here's some oats that I have for you.
Yeah. Well, hold on. So as the sun's starting to get low, you spot something peculiar. Some shapes in the trail on the trail ahead. Maybe blocking your way. Like a felled log or a big rock, but something about it doesn't quite look right. It's around twilight, so its visibility's low. Do you have any light?
I got no light source. I think I have 2 torches, but I'm not going to light either of them because they spend.
It's twilight, so you can still see, but you can't quite make out the shapes. They're not moving or anything.
Well, I'll take Winnie's reins, wrap them around a rock if I can find one. If not, I'll just wrap them around the pair of short swords I have, so that she's kind of anchored to the ground and won't walk away. Horses, while they are fairly smart creatures, are also fairly stupid creatures. And then I'm going to go off the path by like 30 feet or so, crouch low, and then kind of like elephant walk my way on all fours, slowly in the direction of whatever this is blocking the road. I will take only my dagger, my whip, my lasso, and my crossbow. I'll leave and of course my bandolier. I'll leave everything else behind.
Okay. So you crouch your way closer, and you approach a gruesome scene. You're glad you left Winnie behind, because in the road is the dismembered remains of several animals, furry creatures, maybe alpaca.
God. What's done this? Are they like just blocking the road? Like something has
No, but
piled
it's
these
in.
creatures on the
Nah,
road?
no. No, it looks like maybe they were attacked crossing the road or
Okay.
going down the road or something. They're in the road, but it's in the path.
Okay.
And again, it's not exactly a strict path, right? I mean, like it's
Right. But it's not like
especially
someone
here.
has
It's
like
like
created a wall of corpses.
no, but there's as I said, the dismembered remains of several animals.
Well, it's twilight, so I can't see very well. So I'll have to get real close and kind of like feel around to see if I can tell anything about the wounds. Are they like abrasions, lacerations, or punctures?
Do you have any relevant proficiencies, or are we going blind?
We're going blind here. I guess I've got
All right.
animal handling, but that probably doesn't come anywhere close enough to
Is that
understand
wisdom
this.
based?
It's a 9. I don't. I think it's wisdom -1.
All right. Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
18. No dice.
No. They're pretty well shredded, but you can't tell whether this is an animal versus a knife or.
But it's more punctures and lacerations, right? Not abrasions. It's not like these animals were dragged along the road to be killed. We're talking like impact kills, right?
Um. Yeah, mostly. Yeah, sure. Mostly punctures and lacerations. There may be some drags as well, signs of a struggle, and there's just odd pieces.
Anything look human?
In the pile.
Yeah.
Roll perception check.
$30.
Yeah, you find a human hand in the mix.
Does it have any rings on it?
Um,
You know what? I'm going to light a torch. I need to see here.
okay. Yeah, you light a torch.
I want to inspect the hand to see if it has any rings on it, and if it doesn't, I want to get the hand real close to the fire so I can see if there are any tan lines or markings of where it might have had a ring. I'm trying to see if this body's been robbed.
Yes, in fact, there is a ring. Yeah.
What's it made of?
This is probably silver or some other similar shiny metal. Ring on the ring finger.
I'll leave the ring on and pick up the hand. Well, scan around holding the hand to see if there's anything else, any other human bits lying around. A head, maybe?
You rolled a 20. No, you can't find a head. You don't really want. I don't think you want to like dig into the pile. Do you like? Do you want to get bloody and messy? I assume you're just sort of poking around and looking.
I'm just poking around and looking.
Yeah, you spot some skin, some hairless skin that's probably human. Maybe like a chunk of a torso or something.
Yeah.
Looks like a grisly scene. There are some parts where you see like exposed bone, so maybe something did, remove some meat from bone. But a lot of, there's plenty of flesh still left.
All
So
right.
it's not like these bodies have been picked clean or anything. You pick up the hand, roll a intelligence check.
That's not a good thing. 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
in Roy's head.
I'm gonna stick the torch. I'm gonna try and wedge the torch into one of these corpses or between two bodies so that it's standing up, and leave it burning.
Okay.
And then head back to Winnie. I don't want the light to follow me back there. And I'm going to put the hand in the saddlebags. And I'm going to tell Winnie that we're going to keep going. We're not going to stop and camp here.
You sure?
I'm sure.
All right. You continue on your way.
I will, once we're maybe half an hour away, I'll light another torch if I have trouble seeing the trail, because I have one more remaining. Hopefully I won't have to, but if it's too difficult to see where I'm going, I don't know if it's overcast or if it's a new moon or whatnot.
It is. I have no idea. What a strange world we live in, where every single day I have to roll a d28 to determine what the lunar cycle is.
Maybe that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
That's just after new
So
moon.
that's a new moon. Yeah. It's pretty bleak, pretty dark.
Yeah, 3 days after new moon. Okay. Then I'll light a torch. It only burn for half an hour, but I'll make as much progress as I can with it. And Winnie, hopefully heading in the right direction. Hopefully, I guess there's a wall around Wiston, so I don't know if any light from the town will leak out. I also don't know how much light that town would have at night. It's not a lot of things to burn out here in the desert.
Okay. So you make your way towards Wiston, torch in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll. Counter reaction. Yeah, indifferent. Whitney comes close to stepping on a snake. A little ways out of Wiston. Startles Winnie.
I'll shoot
Snake
away with
appears
my
in different.
lasso.
Yeah, it's like crossing the road. It slithers on, and you just like whip at it to.
Yeah, I'll just brush it aside. Get on out of here.
All right. And without further ado, late into the night, you spot another shape on the horizon. For a second, you think it might be a pile of bodies, but no, it's the walled city of Wiston, old town.
Oh, thank God. I'll lead Winnie around one of the sides or around the wall until I come to a gate. I'll try and head north around.
Yeah. You circle around until you see the flickering torchlight at the entrance to Wiston. Yeah, I think you're a little turned around. You're not sure which gate you make it to. But
any port in a storm,
Mm-hmm.
So I give a good pounding at the gate. Gatekeeper!
Yeah.
Open up!
Yeah, a little slot opens. Well, howdy there. Getting in late, traveler.
Wasn't planning on coming in this late, but found something on the road that made me think twice about staying out there overnight. I go over to Winnie's saddle and pull out the hand.
Well, I'll be. You get inside right quick.
I bring in the horse, and I ask him if...
He opens the door and lets you in.
Wiston. Where's my notes on Wiston?
Shuts the door behind you.
Is Ben Gimble around, the sheriff?
Likely asleep. Where'd you find that?
Between here and River's End, maybe an hour or two, a little more out of Wiston. Don't rightly know how long I've been walking at night. Gruesome thoughts make all the time seem much longer. Well,
I guess we better rouse the sheriff then. He leaves the gate unattended to walk you to Sheriff Gimble's office. I think it's on the other side of town, but
okay.
It's not a big town.
Sure.
So you
walk through and give the sheriff's door a good
Yeah.
pounding.
There are a few blokes walking about, but otherwise it's mostly empty town. You reach the sheriff's office and actually the sheriff's house, which is adjacent. Um, you step into so you approach the office and the gatekeeper says, "No, no, no, he'll be around the side."
Mm-hmm.
He goes to knock on the door.
All right. I wait and inspect the hand.
Yep. There's a knock, and a few minutes later, what is it? Sheriff, sorry to disturb you, but there's something out here you ought to see. I'll be right there. And another minute or so later, the sheriff comes out, trousers and a I don't know, pajama shirt or whatever. Long johns.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy. What
My
can I help
name's-
you with?
I tip
you
my
still
hat.
you walking your horse, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tip my hat to him and say, "My name's Roy, and I found something on the road you might care to see. Is there sufficient lighting around here to show off the hand?"
the sheriff has a lantern in his hand.
I give him a hand.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, has the wedding ring on it and everything, so I don't think it's bandits. You got any idea whose ring that is? Anyone gone missing?
I don't recognize it, but somewhat reluctantly, he extends a hand to accept your extra hand.
Yeah. I give it to him. Kind of wipe my hand off on my
Sort it
pants. There was a whole massacre. All sorts of animals. Butchered. Part of a human body. Bones sticking out, maybe been gnawed on. I don't know. It was a...
Likely pumas again. Where did you say you see this?
north on the road towards River's End.
Well, I guess I'll work on figuring out who this poor bloke was.
Right.
Thanks,
Roy.
Roy. Well, have a good night. Hope you can get some sleep after this.
I'll be at the Winston Hall if you need me. Or Wiston Hall if you need me.
He nods, righto, and steps. He goes into his office.
Okay.
Instead of returning to his house.
All right. I bid the gatekeeper adieu and head to Wiston Hall, where hopefully there's a groom that can take care of Winnie for me. We're both going to need to rest up for a few days before we head out again.
Yeah. Okay. You rouse the patron of the hall or whatever to fetch a stable boy, take care of your horse. Takes a little time, but it all gets taken care of.
Nice. Whew. All right, well, I've got 40 gold that's burning a hole in my pocket, so I think Roy's going to sit around for a week. He's at 1 out of 5 HP. Winnie is at 3 out of 11 HP. So I think the two of us are going to take it real easy for a week before we even start looking for work. Kick back, put our shoes up, have a couple of drinks, some good food, maybe do some target practice with the crossbow, and more specifically, I'm going to go around and look to see if anyone has a guitar for sale. So I only got 1 of 2 proficiency points put into it, and I want to learn how to play.
Okay. Sure. At sometime that week, you go around town shopping. There's basically 2 stores in town: Howie's General and Virgil's Antiques.
Ooh.
I don't think they would have had antiques back then, but screw it. Right?
Makes sense to me.
So let's see here. Yeah, so in the general store, you do see a guitar hanging up behind the counter.
Ooh. I eye it greedily. Ask Howie, out of there, Howie, how much for that there guitar?
That guitar, well, truth be told, it's on, some poor traveling minstrel pawned it. He said he'd come back for it, but for 40 gold, it's yours.
Roy thinks that's all of his wealth. Hold on. He pulls out a cloudy, transparent blue gemstone and sets it down on the counter. How about for one of them?
He eyes it, holds it up to the light. What's it worth?
I ain't rightly know. Seems like a good trade to me.
I don't know. Like I said, it's on... What's the word I'm looking for? Layaway. In any case, you get this appraised. Maybe we got a deal. Hell, I can walk you on down to the
All right.
jeweler, the miner.
Yeah. Is that way down the road?
Prospector. Yeah.
What's the fellow look like? I'll get a description and a location of him so I don't get lost in the city.
Yeah, fat man with a mustache. Usually he's got a big gray hat and a big gray coveralls. Name's Pate. Prospector Pate.
Prospector.
Short for Peyton.
Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say something about a beard? No.
Whiskers.
Whiskers. Batman with whiskers.
Big mustache.
All right. I head down the road looking for Prospector Pate, the fat man with whiskers and a big mustache.
Well, the mustache is the whiskers.
Right.
Yeah, you can find the prospector, and yeah. What's his name? Howie. Howie was willing to show you the way, or you can go and get it appraised on your own.
I'll go and get it appraised. Well, if Howie wants to come with me, that'll save time in the end. So sure, I'll take Howie in tow and get this stuff appraised.
Sure. So the two of you go and visit the prospector.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little... It's hard to tell what sort of establishment it is. Looks like it might have stuff for sale. Like there's a lot of like mining equipment and that sort of stuff about. And a few men kind of idling out front. What I guess you would call the storefront. You find Prospector Pate. Pate, says Howie. Got a customer here looking to trade some gemstone, hoping you might be able to help us out. Ah, Sure, for the usual cut. And he gives a wink to Howie. Let's see what we got here.
I hand him the gemstone, but I give the both of them a suspicious look.
The prospector looks over it. Well, you see, what we got here is I have it written down. I know what it's worth, but I was trying to remember the name of the gemstone. Yeah, this here's some blue quartz. Mighty pretty, but worth about 10 gold.
All right, I hand the gemstone right over to Howie, then fish around and pull out 30 of my 40 gold pieces.
Well then, I love me a deal, says Pate, laughing, rubbing his sausage fingers together greedily. You take care there, boys.
Before anyone leaves, I say, but if I found out, and I look directly at Prospector Pate, that you've been lying to me about the value of this here gemstone, where I come from, there's a certain punishment for lying about deals. It ain't pretty.
Silence befalls the place. A couple of men look over. I don't know where you come from, boy, but you better watch who you threaten. Yep.
Just making sure this same deal that you guys are talking about isn't one where I get screwed because you value 100 GP gemstone at 10 GP and pocket the profits.
You seem a little bit paranoid, boy. Roll a charisma check.
It's Roy's best stat, 27.
I assure you, I am nothing if not honest. Ain't that right, boys? There's a little bit of a chuckle, but they seem keen to move on.
I go with it.
A little bit nervously, like trying to edge you back to the general store. You know, you're really, as you're walking back down the street, he sort of leans in and whispers, you know, you really shouldn't run Prospector the wrong way. He's a powerful man around here.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right end of the stick.
You're the one trying to trade me that there 10 gold quartz for a guitar.
I don't know how much it's worth. I'm new to this town. I want to make sure everything's on the up and up. But I appreciate your honesty, and once again, I'm sorry about your boy. I'm still on the lookout for you know, bad Bradley Bronson.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought you looked familiar.
Yeah.
And this time you make it back to the general store. And he goes behind the counter. Had you already given him the money?
Yeah, I gave him the money. I think I gave it to him while we were at the prospector's place. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. He pulls the guitar down off the wall.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Now I can finally practice my guitar.
Yeah. It's a rather ornately designed guitar. It's a little old and worn, but it's a dark wood with some red, not engravings, like finery, livery, something. painted on the front.
How much does it weigh? Whole thing?
Say 4 pounds.
Okay. That is what I'm going to spend most of my time this week doing. Practicing my guitar in taverns and sipping on drinks, eating. I was going to be eating fine food, but I no longer can eat fine food because I'm broke once again. And tending to Winnie.
So yeah, the guitar doesn't have a case, by the way. It's just like on a strap you could throw over your shoulder or something.
That's fine.
Okay.
I've got 6 intel. I don't realize a guitar needs a case yet.
Okay. Okay. So you hang around, probably mostly around the Wiston Hall. You don't exactly have an audience. I think you're probably sitting in the corner, like playing, diddling yourself for the week. But yeah, you can put your time in. Do you have a spare proficiency slot, or
no? I spent one. It takes 2 proficiency slots for a warrior to get guitar, and so I put 1 slot into it, and I'm missing 1 slot. So when I hit level 4,
so you have probably played guitar before.
Yeah, I think I've dabbled.
Okay, so you can play a few songs. You do probably catch it. The drunk people think you know what you're doing and sit by and give it a listen. But, yeah.
Right. And then I have a week to kill. God, can I afford a week? It's like, what, 5 silver a day? 8 silver a day, including stabling and feeding Winnie?
5 silver. Oh, yeah. Stables. Did we? Yeah, 8 silver a day sounds right. Sure. It's a deal. So 8 silver a day times a week, 56 silver. 5 gold, 6 silver.
Okay. I will shell out 5 gold and 6 silver for this. Is there anything that... Can we just skip forward a week so I can be rested, or did you have things you want to do or happen into me?
I didn't have anything planned. If you want to do things in town, you can do things in town.
No, I just want to rest.
Yeah, so I think, if you're probably just hanging around the hall the whole time, if trouble really finds you, you'll eventually hear rumors that you probably don't even remember the guy's name, but they do identify the alpaca farmer who was found butchered outside of town. Survived by his wife and kids. So yeah, there's rumors going around about what that was. Yeah. Ghost stories, as well as tall tales about chupacabras. Most people seem to think it's probably just wolves or something like that.
Well, that ain't going so well for that poor guy. There's something out there. Something put that thing in that fire, and I thought it was maybe that first cowboy playing a prank or being a liar, but now I'm wondering. Creatures have been... All manner of critters have been mauled. All manner of things have been showing up. There's something out there. Something that's eating the alpaca.
Yeah. Caravan came in from Figueroa a couple days before you got there, so it seems that the roads are clear. No robberies of late.
Well then.
All seemed quiet until you came into town with your chupacabra tales.
It's all right. I guess at the end of the week, I'll stretch my back out a little bit.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else. We can just skip the week. You will be at full.
Winnie will be down by 1.
I think Winnie will be down 1. Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to ask. Sometime during that week, it could be really anywhere. Ask the guy at the Wiston Hall if he has seen or heard of a guy called Tommy Lee or a guy called Lawrence. Tommy Lee's got a long, slender face and a goatee, and Lawrence has a scar and is clean shaven. You seen either of these fellers round? Maybe gambling? Degenerate types.
Not around here. I don't have much gambling in this establishment.
Is there a gambling hall in town?
Yeah. The Black Lotus down the street, where most of the gambling happens. If you're looking for a gamer, that's probably the place to find him.
Well, gamers too like Black Lotuses. Tell you what. All right, I'll head down onto the Black Lotus at the end of my week, feeling fully refreshed. I'll have my guitar over my shoulder, and my whip and a dagger, but my lasso and my bandolier, my crossbow, it's all on Winnie or with Winnie's bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll walk on into the gambling hall and take a look around from the doorway, looking to see if I can spot a man with a slender face and a goatee, or a man with a scar that's clean shaven.
Yeah, let's see if we can find some. I don't know what music I want for this gambling hall. No. Well, fine. The standards. All right, you make your way down the street. This establishment is mostly underground. You're able to, I guess, the patron of the hall sort of points you down the street, with the black painted flower on the outside. Most of the building is set underground, so when you approach the front door and you push the saloon doors open, you immediately head down a dark staircase.
Perfect.
Some flickering lights from down below. You walk down the stairs and you hit a wall, and you can either go right or left.
Does one way sound more active than the other?
It's all pretty quiet down here. You can hear echoing voices from both.
Then I take the right path. You always take the righteous path.
So you take the right path, and immediately it sort of hits a corner and turns and circles around the staircase, and opens up into a sort of a large, dimly lit parlor. There's a couple of larger tables in the middle and some booths around the edges. The whole room is dimly lit from candelabras, flickering light. And you see wouldn't have mattered if you took the left or the right. They both sort of circle around the staircase.
Okay. So considering the layout, instead of looking for someone, I'm just going to call out in a loud voice, Tommy Lee! Lawrence!
A woman sort of was approaching you to take your order, but you shout out before she reaches you.
And I am looking for anyone who snaps around quickly or gets up or looks startled, because I tend to expect the same reaction from everyone, being like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" But I'm looking for anyone that might be acting little.
Yeah, you get that. What the fuck is this guy doing? Look from most of the establishment. Roll a perception check.
Oh, 19. Damn it.
No.
Oh,
there's like a brief silence. As you look around the room.
Okay.
Followed by a loud clang as a chair flips over, sort of in the middle of the room, 2 tables back, and you see a guy.
I go for my whip immediately.
Okay. You were a little slow. He's already busting through the a back door or something. It's kind of dark. It's your first time being here.
All right, I don't know where it goes, but we're underground, so it can't go that far. So I bolt after him, and I just draw my whip in the process.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
All right. Well,
Actually,
I'm slow with my whip,
yeah.
but my D10 is a 9, so I'm slow on all counts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he pushes his way through a door in the back of the establishment and out of sight.
I chase. I hope no one gets in my way.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
9.
That's a D10.
Awesome. 15.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see it coming as someone sort of at a table in the middle of the room as you pass and puts a foot out and trips you. Roll opposed strength checks. Ooh.
26.
Yeah, but let me roll their strength. They rolled really well, though.
Yeah.
Oh, not strong. Actually, shit.
They still beat me?
No, you win.
Oh my god.
They rolled a natural 19 and you still win. It's poor.
Oh my god, this person's got less than 7 strength?
6, in fact, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep, 25. All right. So you stumble and keep moving towards the room, turn around and trying to figure out who tripped you.
I ignore the journalist and keep running.
All right. You reach the door in the back. Sort of another woman in a black dress sort of goes to stop you as you start going for the back room.
If she gets in my way, I will shove her down. I'll drop the shoulder.
She sees your intent and sort of steps out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you push open into the back room. It appears to be like a kitchen, like a back of house type thing. There's a big metal shelf dividing the room in two. You see a couple of confused cook, bartenders, whatever.
I make my way and call, "Where'd he go?" If I can't see him already.
Roll a charisma check.
Come on, Roy, this is your best stat. 30.
Yeah. The woman sort of drinks, like, mixer or whatever, jigger in hand, points to the metal shelf in the room.
The metal shelf in the room?
As if to indicate that he's, like, on the other side. So there's, like, a metal shelf with a bunch of, like, food, ingredients, and...
Right.
Flatware.
Okay. I let the whip out.
Maybe 15 feet deep, and there's a shelf about 5 feet in. Right, that makes sense. So you can walk around it.
Right. So I let my whip out, and I start to circle around while gesturing with my free hand that everyone else should get out of here. And I call out, "Is that you, Tommy? Is that you, Lawrence?"
People start exiting the room.
Now, there's a bounty on your head. It didn't specify alive, but I'd like to make this easy on the both of us. No reason for you to...
It did specify alive.
Oh, I know, but I'm not telling him that. I'm not too keen on troublemakers, so you step out here, come peaceably. I'm sure they're just going to slap you with a little bit of a fine. Maybe some time in jail. Better than dying here in a kitchen, underground, a wanted man with no one to love him. I keep circling, hoping to come across where I can see him. And I'll just whip whatever's behind that.
All right.
Maybe not whatever's behind that. I'll whip if it's a male that roughly matches either of these descriptions. I'll take a whip.
You'd kill me for a bounty?
I would. Why don't you surrender?
You circle around the... Okay. All right. Like some pots and pans go flying in your direction, clattering. You see sort of a man at the other end of the room on the backside of the cabinet. Move to circle around the cabinet. You can get your whip attack in though.
Yeah, I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do a trip. I just want to double check the rules of tripping, because I don't want to kill him. I'd like to just like, lasso around his leg or something and. Okay. These weapons pull. Character makes a normal attack roll. If he hits, he makes an opposed roll of his strength against the defender's dexterity or strength, whichever is better.
It's not a called shot or anything?
No, it's a normal attack roll.
Huh. Pull trip? That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, make your attack roll then.
Okay. RD20 plus 1 to hit. 19. Oh, good. I would have critted him with that.
You wrap your whip around his leg. Yeah, you probably would have been better off just...
I'm trying not to kill him. I think I have a bonus to my pull trip because I'm specialized with the whip. Or maybe that's with the lasso has a bonus to a pull trip. Let me double check the weapons. Whip gains a +2 bonus to pull, trip, and offensive disarm maneuvers. Nice.
Is that on the check or on the roll to hit?
It doesn't. I think it's on the check.
Yeah.
So +11 +2. So, my strength check is a 15. I fail.
He passes, so you get your whip wrapped around him. You give it a tug, but he keeps his footing.
There's also a -6 penalty if the defender is stationary.
No,
that
he
makes
was
a lot of
trying
sense.
to move around.
Yeah. +3 if the defender was unaware of the pull or trip maneuver, but it still only gets me to 18. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So next round, you're slow.
But I can still make an attack of opportunity if he runs by. If it runs into or out of range.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So he... Who the hell are ya? As he goes to run.
All right.
You can... Yeah.
I can't make a pull trip as an attack of opportunity, can I?
I'll let you do that. So you can either you can give it another tug.
Okay. Do I have to make another attack? Seems to make sense that I would have to make another attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
If he runs, I get back attack though, right?
Not on a pull trip like this, I don't think.
Fair enough.
You can make a pull trip standard, or you can make a regular back attack whip.
Normal hit.
Yeah. Roll opposed checks. Oh, no.
Plus 11 plus 2. Come on, natural 20. No, 22.
You needed that natural 20.
Oof.
All right. No, he yanks himself free. Runs around the corner. Roll initiative, just so I can...
Right.
I think what he's doing is going to be slow.
8.
Yeah, he beats you.
Okay.
Roll a perception check.
D20 plus 10. 13. Oh God, Roy. Roy.
All right, he disappears around the side of the shelf. And I think before you realize what's going on, you hear some creaking and clanging of pots, and you look to the left to see the shelf coming down on top of you. Roll a... let's do a saving throw versus breath weapon.
Oh, 17 or higher is a 5.
You take 5 points of damage. Oh, crap.
Roy is unconscious.
As the shelf comes collapsing down on top of you, and everything goes black.
Well, what a perfect time to take a break. We'll see you guys on the other side.